For the second flower, I've cast on 68 stitches. Now, you might want to do 70 stitches, you might want to do 66. It really isn't going to matter in the long run. But here is the pattern. We're going to knit one, we've knit one, we've bound off 3. Now we're going to knit 2, and we're going to bind off 3. So that's 1, 2, and 3. So that's the pattern. Knit 2, bind off 3, and just do that till you get to the end of the row. And this is our last bind off of 3. That's 1, and that's 2, and that's 3. We have 1 stitch left after we get this one off, and we're just going to knit that, and then we're going to purl back. So you'll see again you have all these holes, and we're going to purl them back, and we're going to bring them together. So here we're purling, and we're going to again pull it in tight to make the ruffle effect. For this next knit row, it's going to be knit 1, bind off 2. So that's 1, and that's 2, and then knit 2, and then bind off 2, and that's the pattern across the row. Bind off 1, bind off 2, and then knit 2. Just continue that to the end of the row. And then just knit the last stitch, turn, and purl again all the way back, tightening up the stitches to make more of a ruffle. All the way to the end of the row. Here's a gap. I'm going to pull it in tight. Right, on this knit row, we're going to knit 1 and knit 2 together. And that's the pattern all the way across. Knit 1 and knit 2 together. Just continue doing that all the way across the row. And when you finish that row, once again, you're just going to purl back. Don't worry if it doesn't come out exactly the way you think it should. If you mess up and knit 2 together and then don't knit 2 together, in the long run it's going to be just fine. On this row, we're simply going to knit 2 together all the way across the row. 2, knit 2 together till you get to the end. And the last 2 stitches, now we're going to purl back, and this will be the last row. We're going to cut. We're going to take our needle, thread it, and do the same thing as the last time, pulling the stitches to the other end of the needle and taking them off one by one. Whoop. Pull, and again we're just going to sew the 2 sides together. And now we have our second flower. Going to pull that off. You'll see that we now have 2 layers. One's a little bit bigger than the other, and next we'll do the bottom layer.